Assalamualaikum. My name is Intan. Assalamualaikum. My name is Intan bint Azliazam, and my target audience will be the general public. So I'll begin my speech in 3, 2, and 1. Grief. The feelings that break us into pieces that we try to face, but at the end of the day, to no avail. It's alright, you're not alone. And that's why I'm here today, for us to walk through this together. Assalamualaikum. My name is Intan bint Azliazam. And before I proceed, I want to share a story. I still remember the time when I was shaken away by a piece of news that I thought would never come so soon. I could still hear the blaring of screaming sirens outside the house. I soon realized that the person who was fighting for her life was the person who gave birth to my dad. After 3 days that seemed like forever, she lost the battle against time. Though we knew that she was inching closer to heaven's gate, the shock came crashing like waves against the rock. It didn't strike me at first, but as I dwelt on it more, it finally became clear that my grandmother, who I've loved my entire life, was gone. Losing someone you've loved your entire life can change your world. You feel sad, alone, or even angry. These feelings, as strong as they may be, are totally normal. The death of loved ones can affect how we feel, how we act, and what we think. All of these reactions are called grief, a natural response to loss. As per se, you should let yourself grieve in your own way and time. For me, I kept saying to myself that they're still here, but just not to be seen. But for others, they might just be open about it, or they might bury the sadness in their precious self, which is harmful. As a person who saw and heard a lot of grief stories that led to disheartening problems such as mental health, depression, or even worse, suicide, I told myself that this needs to stop. I need to help these people. There are 5 stages of grief. You might ask, are the 5 stages of grief real? Well, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. These stages are often talked about as if they happen in order, moving from one stage to another. You might hear people say things like, oh, I moved on from denial and now I think I'm entering the angry stage. But this isn't often the case. People who are dealing with loss might not experience all of these stages, and they might find feelings are quite different with each bereavement. But still, what are the 5 stages of grief? First stage is called denial. It is when you deny the things that have happened, and sometimes doing that helps you buffer the immediate shock of the hurtful situation. You may go numb for a while, and you could feel like nothing matters to you anymore. However, denial is a temporary response that carries you to the first wave of pain. Thor represents denial, and he said they could bring back Natasha Romanoff back by a snap in Avengers Endgame. Second stage is about anger. That can seem cruel and unfair, especially when you feel someone has died before their time or you had plans for the future together. You might start asking questions like, why me? Or what did I do to deserve this? And at some point, you might also feel guilty for being angry. We can see how Hulk represents anger the second he heard about Natasha's death when he threw a chair away. Third stage is bargaining. You might find yourself start asking questions like, what if, and if only, and an attempt to regain some control in the harmful situation. Hawkeye represents bargaining when he said he should have died instead of Natasha. Fourth is where people often be in depression. You might find yourself overwhelmed with sadness and despair. These feelings, while they are part of your grieving process, they can be very intense. We can see how Captain America represents and portrays depression as we saw him sobbing to Natasha's death. And finally, the one that we've been waiting for, acceptance. At this point, it doesn't mean that you can't ever feel grief anymore, but it means that your long-term perspective about the loss have changed. You will be able to live your life differently while still carrying the memory of your loved ones. And this stage was characterized and portrayed by Tony Stark as a reaction to Natasha's death. At the end of the day, the reality is that you and I, we all will grieve forever. We will not get over the loss of the loved ones, but we will rebuild ourselves around the love we have suffered. We will be whole again, but we will never be the same. Because no matter what, the situation will never be the same without our loved ones. But it's alright. I know how losing someone can rip our hearts to a million possible pieces, but while we are still living, we'll learn on how to appreciate those who are still around together. So go on, cherish your life to the fullest with those who are still around, and keep those who are left locked inside your hearts. Allah has knows what's the best for us. So keep on cherishing your life, those who are still breathing, and treasure your times to the fullest. May Allah is everything for all of you, for us. Eventually, no matter what stages of grief we have suffered, at the end of the day, we will heal. That's all for me. Thank you.